Understanding the phrase, bent out of axle. Hello, and welcome to today's English language learning session. Today, we're going to dive into an interesting and somewhat puzzling English phrase, bent out of axle. This phrase isn't commonly used in everyday conversation, but it offers a great example of how English can use vivid imagery to convey specific emotions or situations. Let's explore what this phrase means, how it's used, and some examples to help you understand it better. Bent out of axle is a phrase that is not widely recognized in standard English. It appears to be a variation or misinterpretation of more common expressions like bent out of shape or thrown for a loop. However, let's break down the imagery and potential meaning of bent out of axle. An axle is a rod or spindle that passes through the center of a wheel or group of wheels. If an axle is bent, the wheels can't turn smoothly, suggesting a situation where things are not functioning correctly or someone is facing significant challenges. Thus, being bent out of axle could imply a state of disarray or dysfunction. This phrase, while not standard, could be used creatively to describe situations where things are going awry or someone is experiencing considerable stress or confusion. It's a metaphorical way to express that something is not just slightly wrong, but significantly off course or disrupted. For instance, ever since the new policy was implemented, the whole department has been bent out of axle. He's been bent out of axle since he heard the news about the merger. To help understand bent out of axle, let's compare it with similar phrases. Bent out of shape. This is a common phrase meaning to be upset or angry. Thrown for a loop. This means to be surprised or confused by something unexpected. These phrases, like bent out of axle, use physical imagery to describe emotional or situational responses. Although bent out of axle isn't a standard English phrase, it serves as a great example of how English speakers often use creative and vivid expressions to convey complex ideas or emotions. Remember, language is flexible and constantly evolving, so don't be afraid to explore and enjoy its many nuances. I hope this session has been enlightening, and I look forward to seeing you in our next English language learning adventure.